Hey y'all, I'm Reema Khrais and I host the Marketplace podcast. This is Uncomfortable and I am here to answer some commonly searched questions. So I have searched this question myself many times. Looking around, you'll see a lot of financial benchmarks that say by age 30, you should have the equivalent of your annual salary in savings. So like if you make $60,000, you want to have $60,000 in savings, which I don't think that's a good way of thinking about it, personally. I think it's better to have more just like positive financial goals, right? You want to, you really want to just like track what's coming in, what's coming out, create a budget. There's also other formulas you can follow. There's like the very popular 50-30-20 rule, 50% goes towards needs, 30% goes to wants, 20% goes towards savings. But I think, just generally speaking, it's so dangerous to compare yourself to others. We all have different backgrounds, privileges. I think it's really important just to focus on your own financial situation and figure out realistic goals within your situation. Great question. It is a hard thing to do. So I would approach it like any uncomfortable topic. I think when you're approaching your partner about something that's hard, you want to be intentional with it, right? You don't want to just spring it onto them. So you don't want to be in the middle of a movie and be like, hey, let's talk about money. You want to come to them and be like, ideally, you want to be specific. I want to talk about budgeting. I want to talk about retirement. I want to talk about how you always pay for the bill. I don't know. And once you set aside a specific time to talk, I think it's really important to also be intentional with how you start the conversation. You want to have a soft start, right? You don't want to come to them and be like, you always do this, or, you're reckless with your spending. As much as you can, I think you want to center it in your own feelings and experiences, right? Like, I feel anxious about how much we're spending, or whatever the case may be. I think, again, with any hard topic, you just want to really try to understand the person, ask them questions. You want to really ask about feelings, because so much of, our conflicts or anxieties around money, so much of it is ingrained, right? We have a lot of deeply ingrained beliefs about money based off of what we saw growing up, based off of our families. And you want to be patient with your partner and really try to understand that and peel back the layers and figure out what are the larger anxieties or motivations behind money problems or decisions. I talked to this one financial therapist who said that conflicts over money in relationships tend to never get resolved. That's not great to hear, but I think if you understand that, then it's easier to go into them knowing okay, I just want to get to understand how you feel about money. And the more we talk about it, the more likely we are to at least come close to a solution. And that's the biggest takeaway. I think you want to have frequent conversations about money. Maybe do a weekly check-in, a monthly check-in, so that it becomes part of just a normal part of your relationship. Okay, so we know that the price of colleges and universities has been steadily increasing over the last several decades now. And over the years, we've seen state legislatures spending less and less on colleges and universities. And especially in 2008 during the recession, the cuts were pretty egregious. And, colleges had to make up for that lost money in some way. So they shifted that burden on to students. And so they raised the tuition. So that's a huge reason why it's so expensive. And with that, colleges began acting more like businesses. And, when they raised the tuition, they're now suddenly looking for richer students, frankly. So they started attracting more out-of-state and foreign students. And to do that, to make their campus attractive, they invested even more in their academic programs and recreational perks, talking climbing walls, fancy dining halls. And that all allows them to raise their tuition even more. Another big reason is student loans. So, in a way, they've created this perverse incentive for colleges to raise tuition even more. Instead of competing on price, colleges learn that they can just charge more. And, if they convince students that their college is attractive, then they can get away with it, to be honest. And then also we've seen costs on the administrative side just gone up over the years, which have also trickled down to students. So yeah, that is a summary of, again, a very complicated topic, but a little SparkNotes version.